Today I want to take a closer look at three semiconductor companies, AMD, Nvidia, and Intel. More importantly, three specific things. First, I want to take a closer look at some analyst updates that did come out today. Second, I want to take a closer look at some hardware numbers to see which products are gaining and which products are losing. Finally, I want to take a closer look at Intel. The company just had a conference yesterday where they do share some insight on some of their strengths and also some of the weakness, especially in the data center market, and where they expect to grow in the upcoming years. So let's get started.
I do want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video, and make sure to check out fool.com/Jose to get the top 10 stocks to buy right now.
So first, let's just start off with quick price action. AMD was up 2.7% today. Nvidia was up roughly 0.74%, and Intel is down roughly 0.18%. I do want to say Intel today did hit a 52-week low, which might have some investors worried. Next, let's take a closer look at some of these analyst ratings. Stifel did initiate coverage on AMD today with a buy rating and announces a price target of $122. Stifel did initiate coverage on the other two giants as well, but AMD was the only one with a buy rating and a high price target. For example, Nvidia starts with a hold rating and a price target of 165, much higher than where the stock price is up right now. And finally, Intel actually starts with the hold rating as well and a price target of $32. So it does seem like this analyst firm is a little bit more bullish on AMD, but if we take a closer look at price targets, they also seem to be very bullish in Nvidia and kind of neutral with Intel at the moment. Next, I want to take a closer look at this Steam hardware and software survey for August of 2022. For those not familiar with Steam, this is kind of a gaming platform. A lot of gamers use this and they are able to collect a lot of information to kind of see what kind of products gamers are using. If we take a closer look at the kind of CPU market, we can see Intel is still a huge leader here with roughly 67.91% of the market share, and that was up roughly 1.65 percentage points compared to a month ago. AMD still comes in with a little bit less than a third of the market share. Again, this is just pretty much the gaming market, but it kind of shows us a little bit of how maybe some of the consumers might be seeing Intel and AMD. I do want to say this probably isn't going to change much until we get the new products. We know AMD is releasing their Ryzen 7000 series in the upcoming month, and Intel's also releasing their Raptor Lake in the upcoming months or so. So I do believe once we come closer to November and December, we might see who the real winner is with the new generation they are releasing. If you are enjoying the episode, make sure to hit the thumbs up as it does help the overall channel grow and expand my overall audience. If you want to support a little bit more, make sure to subscribe using my link at fool.com/Jose. Finally, if you want to learn more about the semiconductor market, make sure to check out my newsletter. The link is on the pinned comment. Next, this hardware survey also kind of goes with the graphics market, and by no surprise to me, we can see the biggest player here is Nvidia, and it does seem like the top 15 or so cards are all Nvidia. Finally, AMD definitely has some share here. The first thing I want to say is the top two cards are still 1000 series, the GTX 1060 and the GTX 1650. So overall, this tells me that, hey, this market can still grow for at least the new generations or the current generations of RTX 3000 series or the next generation of RTX 4000 series. I do want to say Tom's Hardware did make a pretty cool kind of graph or image credit of the GPU families, and we can see right now the highest family is the RTX 30 series, which roughly 21.7% of the market share in the Steam hardware survey. I do want to say this market has grown dramatically. Just about in April, for example, the highest was the 1000 series. Now, since the crypto market is no longer seeking high demand for graphics cards, it is allowing, as we can see, gamers to really go and purchase the 3000 series line. The important thing I do want to mention is the GTX 1000 series still makes up roughly 20% of the market share. So with the new generation coming up and with the 3000 series still as the current generation, it does give opportunity for Nvidia to sell its current generation or its upcoming generations, because now the 1000 series will be about 3 generations behind. So it does kind of push gamers to kind of focus into new graphics cards. Next, I want to take a closer look look at Intel on September 7th. They were at a conference and they did share a lot of great insight of where they believe the current market is and how they expect to do in the upcoming years. For any investor that wants to listen to the conference and the Intel portion, make sure to go to Intel's Investors Relations website, and they do have the audio available to you. The first point I want to talk about is Intel does talk about the kind of outlook they gave for this full year, and they mentioned that they are within the range of the quarter and for the year, but they are trending toward the lower end. So for those that don't remember, for the full year of 2022, they expected somewhere between $65 to $68 billion in total revenue, which would be down roughly 9 to 13% year over year, and was down roughly 8 to 11 billion from prior outlook. So right now they are saying that they are seeing the lower end of the spectrum, but they're still within range. Another thing that they mentioned that I'm really excited to hear is they believe quarter 2 and quarter 3 are going to be the bottom for this company, and things should start to pick back up in quarter 4. The main reason right now is OEMs are still kind of focusing on inventory control, but that inventory is now burning at a faster rate than companies are purchasing. So by quarter 4, things should start to pick up demand on the OEM side, and we should see an overall growth in the kind of products that Intel sells. Another thing that they mentioned is the data center market. They do believe that they will continue to lose market share this year, next year, and won't be able to really pick up until 25 or 2026 when they start to regain shares. But that doesn't mean Intel expects revenue to continue to go down in the data center market. So they're saying that the overall total addressable market for data centers is going to grow, so they do expect revenue to start to pick up in the data center market in the upcoming quarters, but they still will be losing market shares to AMD. I do want to say Pat, the CEO of Intel, actually gave kind of a lot of credit to AMD, saying that AMD has done a good job and become a very competitive player for them and is producing better solutions than them at the moment. But Pat also says that will change by the upcoming years. They do say that AMD has too much momentum right now, and even though they say that their Sapphire Rapids, which is their next generation of data center CPUs, is going to be competitive to AMD, just competitive levels is not enough. They have to surpass technology, and they believe that this generation is not going to do that, and they won't be able to do that till 2025 or even 2026. So I do want to say again, if you want to learn more about that conference call, definitely check it out. It's roughly 30 to 45 minutes long, and if you want to learn some of the bearish thesis I have for Intel, make sure to check out a video I just did yesterday. I'll post a card here above. So take care, have a good day, and see you next time.